Wow, all eyes on me. Okay, this is my place. This is Group 10D in Zone 1. Of course, it's Kakuma Refugee Camp. Come on in. I guess I'll sit right down here. I feel more comfortable that way.
Okay, can you actually give us a little bit more detail about your background, about sort of why you ended up at Kakuma?
When the war erupted in South Sudan, let me say in Yei, where I was born, around 1989, I had to leave school. I traveled to Torit in eastern Equatoria, still in South Sudan, to join my uncle who worked with the New Sudan Council of Churches. Then as the war escalated, we couldn't attend school anymore. My uncle had a couple of friends in the church, missionaries who could get us access to Kenya. And yes, they did facilitate our travel to Kenya via Lokichogio. We went all the way to Nairobi, stayed in Nairobi since 1992 to 2000. That's when I finished my high school. Unfortunately, I'd lost my uncle in 1997, just when I was about to join high school. So I had to depend on his savings, of course, for my high school education, which means after high school, money was used up and things got difficult. So 2001, I had to come to Kakuma Refugee Camp for some time, just 3 months. Then I went back to Nairobi, tried to see if I could get myself to university, did a couple of looking for scholarships and all that. Couldn't find any. Got a little bit of my uncle's savings again to get me to university, Nairobi University. Did 1 year in medical school. I was doing medicine. But then I realized down the line in 2003, July, that I couldn't continue anymore because I was running out of funds. I had to come back to Kakuma Refugee Camp. So I've been here since July 2003 till now. Well, I got an opportunity with Windle Charitable Trust. This guy's going to give me an opportunity to go to Canada and study, continue with my tertiary education, probably gain Canadian citizenship if I want to, or I could come back to Kenya, then Sudan. I don't know, but the situation in Sudan is terrible. I guess I'm saying a lot without you asking. Ask something else.
No, this is good. This is good. Also, if you can look as much. So, can you tell me about how you ended up working with FilmAid?
Whoa. FilmAid advertised for the position of Ariga, 2003. I was just looking at the notice boards and I was like, wow, FilmAid, gotta work with these guys. Because I had a background in music, recording the studios, and I could see a couple of guys doing clips, Okay, I was interested in video and all that. So I was like, yeah, there's a chance. So I applied, got myself shortlisted, went for the interview, and there, got the job.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
And that was when?
That was, I started working with FilmAid in October 2003.
Can you describe what you've done with them since? Maybe some details, in particular also maybe some descriptions of some of the events or stories, and talk about your involvement in those?
Yeah, we go for the evening screening. I like that, it's my best. There we are, we just a crew, the technical crew, and of course the other crews. So, but I like the technical crew, that's where I am. And we put up the screen, the big screen on the truck. Then put the speakers, connect. Of of course, the cables and all that. Basically, sound system, I make sure it's all right. Then, of course, we have to like set up the projector, and there'll be a projectionist to direct what's from the video deck to the screen. Basically, like when I was employed, it was like the job description, not really, but in terms of the advancement for the vacancy was like, rigging the screen, stuff like that, speakers, handling and all that. But when I went to work with FilmAid, I realized that there were a lot of things to do, like I'd do stuff that I didn't know I could do, like these guys would show me how to do the sound system, like mixing, a bit about the projector and all that. And it's been great. It's general stuff to do with the technical things. So, ask me another question. I'm not thinking now so much because, like when we start after doing setup and all that, we play music, and I have the opportunity to look at these kids dancing and feeling so good. Then I'm like, wow, if I could just make kids feel that way, or continue making kids feel that way, that's great. That's been what I want, I've been a great fan of music and done a little bit of music and want to do music sometime in my life. And when I see kids like jumping, dancing, feeling good, I'm like, wow, so these kids can actually feel good despite their circumstances that are bad in the camp. Then I could go into the track and maybe put in a CD, select a song of my choice and see the response. That's great, it's really great. You feel good.
What do you think that by working with FilmAid you're offering to your community?
I believe I'm nourishing the lives of the uprooted, the vulnerable in the society, really, because refugees there without an opportunity to watch telly or stuff like that, and we give them an opportunity to, if it's the kids, to watch the cartoons, if it's the adults, to watch something like maybe just an ordinary movie or a documentary on a great guy like Nelson Mandela. People have all this hype about Mandela, now they get to see him on telly, on screen. It's really good. It's like you're giving these guys what they cannot get, because the situation in the camp is really that terrible. These guys probably had these things, the opportunity to watch telly, but they left all that. They left all that at home, and well, now we're giving them an opportunity to like experience that again, and it's good, And I feel good about that.
What do you?
Well, I've changed in terms of. Actually, FilmAid, working with FilmAid is my first job, and so it's given me that working experience. Like I can now relate to, say, fellow workers, and like at first I wasn't used to supervision, somebody would tell me to do this stuff, and I'm like, what? The first day I was working with FilmAid, then somebody was like, handle this, and I was like, what? I'm doing this, and they're telling me handle this. I threw that stuff away, but I realized, no, it's not good. Got to follow what my supervisor is saying. Then, just like that, and during our general meetings, I get to like speak about things, then see how people react. I overreact sometimes. I cool down again, and we move on. I feel so good. FilmAid's changed me that much, And well, in terms of skills, yes, I've got skills now in shooting video. Actually, I can do that too. And yeah, I know more about film, actually. More about filming.
Great. Let's pause for a minute. Memories that you may take with you about your time with FilmAid?
Oh yeah, I'll take everybody's face with me, everybody's reactions to me. Everybody's like, okay, let me start with my manager. I'll start at the top. Or do I start with the director? Okay, they're all good. Natalia is good. I can tell her anything. I feel comfortable. Like I can talk to her whatever I feel, and she takes time to listen to me and tells me what she can do and what she cannot do. I feel good when somebody can tell me, can take time to tell me that I feel you, yes, but this is what I can do, this is what I cannot do. With my manager, great guy. I go to him and I'm like, hey Huntington, man, I'm broke, can't get my incentive still. Guy got something for me, he gives me something. It's great. I feel very good, I go to guys like my technical supervisor, the Reja. He's all fun. It's just a bundle of fun, you know. Like stuff is hard, technical stuff, but he'll be like, this is how you do it. This is how you curl the cable so that they are not, I don't know what, but just the idea of relaxing cables and all that, which is very important to maintain our equipment, the status of our equipment. And I got my direct supervisor, Janvier. Like he's just hard work. He's a workaholic. I hope he doesn't hear this. And he will be like, guys, let's do this, guys, let's clean the truck, you know, order. And sometimes we like argue with him. Janvier, we're not gonna talk to you. We're not gonna come for these meetings anymore. It's like we arrange for another meeting and we come for the meeting, and it's all good, you know. I mean, we plan work together. We like, what do you want to have? We want to have another video cam maybe. What we want working gear. We could get hard because of carrying speakers and all that. We need all this and all that. Oh, we need. Then you'll be like, let's get motivated. We need bicycles. Can you guys increase our incentives? Stuff like that. It's good. My fellow riggers, oh, these guys are great. Like I had one who left the program, Malak. He was just great. He didn't like talking so much, and guys were like, oh, this guy's just alone or stuff like that. But I go to him up the track when putting up the screen, and he will be like telling me his background, where he's from, and asking me my future aspirations and things like that. And I feel like this is my bro, man, because like for me, I don't have like an immediate bro, stuff like that. I mean, I got a cousin bro. I got you know, I got all these cousins, aunties, and they're all distant, you know. Like I can't really trust these guys. Some of these guys, I just know them here, you know. I started knowing them right here in the camp, or maybe in Nairobi or something like that. So I haven't had a close-knit family, you know, like father, mother, no. But with FilmAid, I feel close to these guys actually, because we are like during the evening screening, we get like share food. I mean, you know how it feels when you're like seated and and sharing food and chatting about something. You know, it's great. It's a family. You know, it's a family. It's an extension of your immediate family. And I feel, and FilmAid is a close-knit family. Close-knit family, because we are not so many. We are tight. We're all together. I mean. And like we know so much about each other. You can get, unless you're not interested, you can get to know so much about so and so, because you all the time you're just involved in things. And by the way, FilmAid is a great program because we get people from New York, from all over the world coming to us, and you know, like giving us a little bit of tidbits on filming and this and that, and like they're journalists, so obviously I get the chance of like getting a little bit about journalism. Like I remember there was a lady, Mariange, who came to the camp, and she was doing photography with the PVP, and I got some chat with her, and I could go with her, you know, to the field as she does her work, you know, photographing and all that. And I feel good, you know, and like when she holds out the camera, all the kids are like, whoa, and I'm like, well, one day I'll hold the camera and kids will be like, whoa, and that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do, yeah. Shit. Yeah.